Welcome to Dropout CFB. I'm Preston.
I'm Derek.
We're going to get right into it this week with the top 25 teams, starting with Derek.
Ohio State, obviously the number one team. Julian saying great game. Probably one of his better games to date. 36 for 42, 4 touchdowns. But Cardinal Tate, star of the show this week. 6 grabs for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I agree. Sam looked really good. He's young. So Ohio State's got not only a bright future, but they got a bright just end of this season ahead of them. And if they can beat Michigan, then
great defense as well.
Yeah.
Best defense in the country, in my
Probably is. Number 2 somehow is Indiana. I can't believe it. Most people can't believe it, but they're there, and they deserve it. Kurt Cignetti is obviously proven to be a hell of a coach. Google him if you don't believe me. They beat them 38-13. That's how you handle success. When you look at teams like Notre Dame last year, beat A&M and then lost to NIU, that's a prime example of not handling a success. Mm-hmm. And even Notre Dame made it to the Natty last year. Yeah. Ohio State was 10-1, lost to Michigan, and then they showed that they can handle success, or they showed they couldn't handle success and learned from it. I think that's something Indiana's doing too. Made the playoffs, got blown out, got humbled. Now they're hungry for more. They don't just want to make it there. They want to make it there and actually be impressive. Okay. Moving on to number 3.
Texas A&M shootout with Arkansas. My Arkansas Razorbacks, 45-42. Marcel Reed, great game out of him. 23 out of 32, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. Added 55 yards on the ground and another touchdown. One thing that scares me about this team is watching this Arkansas team, although one of the best in the country, they did let up 42 points. Well, a team like Notre Dame held them to 13 points.
Come on, Irish.
Now, on to the number 4 team.
We got Alabama. They continue to improve. Ty Simpson continues to improve. Really not much to say there. They dominated Tennessee. They look like national championship contenders.
Georgia and Gunnar Stockton come back against the Ole Miss team. Very good team, top 5 team in my opinion. And Gunnar Stockton, great game, shows true grit coming behind. Kirby Smart cannot seem to beat an Alabama team.
No, not at all.
And who knows, that could hurt him later this season in the playoffs.
It's going to depend who makes that SEC championship game, if Georgia can make it. If it's Bama, Bama's going to win. If it's not Bama, I think Georgia wins. I think it's as simple as that, really. They can't beat Bama, but they can beat anybody else, and they will. Moving on to Oregon, number 6. They played angry. They lost to Indiana, which I still can't believe. I know they probably can't believe it. Yeah. But they dominated. They should be a CFP lock as long as they don't do anything crazy. They could probably drop another game and still make the CFP, depending on who it's to, what happens. You never know.
Yeah. Georgia Tech, Haynes King, a true dual threat guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they win this ACC championship after what I watched with Miami.
I can see it. All right, we got Ole Miss number 8. They lost, but what I call that is a good loss in a lot of ways. Obviously, you never want to lose. That's a good FPI loss. They didn't look bad by any means. Scored, 35 points. Defense could have been better, but you're on the road in the SEC. It's tough out there. They have a good opportunity to bounce back this week at Oklahoma. I expect them to do so.
Yeah, and then Miami. Upset by Louisville this week.
Crazy.
21-24. Carson Beck, probably his worst game of the year, for sure his worst game of the year. Threw 4 interceptions and a killing, crucial interception on the last drive of the game. That would have, his team was in field goal position already, and looking to score a touchdown for that win, and just made a crucial mistake in an opportune time. But very winnable schedule coming up. Could definitely see them making the playoff and maybe winning the ACC championship.
Yeah, they might get an at-large bid too.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 10, you got Vandy. Vanderbilt's looking good. Diego Pavia is consistent. He's he's not putting up 400 yards, but he's not throwing interceptions. He's not doing anything dumb. They got a good defense. They got good weapons. They got a great coach in Clark Lee. Vanderbilt's pretty good.
Number 11, BYU. Beat the
Mormons.
Utah team who just beat up on the Sun Devils just a short week ago. Bear Botchmeyer, freshman dual threat quarterback. I mean, this guy makes the plays in the clutch moments. Does not really put the ball in harm's way. Makes the throws he needs to make, and uses his legs when he needs to use his legs.
Shaky game for Notre Dame and C.J. Carr, but you know what? Good teams find a way to win when it matters most, and that's what they did. Obviously, Jeremiah Love looking amazing, 230 yards, I believe, somewhere around there. So Notre Dame's in good shape. They're in really good shape.
Yeah. Number 13, Oklahoma. Another bounce-back win after losing the Red River rivalry. Bounce-back win over the South Carolina Gamecocks. I think Napier's still trying to find his groove after obviously injuring his throwing hand. So we'll see how they progress throughout the season and how he progresses working through that injury.
Yeah. Number 14 is Texas Tech. Look, it's hard to win at Arizona State lately. They're, I believe, undefeated at home in the Big 12 all time, technically. So, I mean, no one's beat them yet, and I'm sure someone will. But, I mean, it's hard. So I can't even blame Texas Tech for losing that game. They're still 6-1. Like, they're not out of the race by any means. So it's a tough loss, but they'll be fine.
Yeah. Missouri survives the upset to Auburn. Tough place to play. Bo Previla, not his greatest game. I mean, 2 interceptions, but closed it out with the rushing touchdown that eventually won them this football game. They do have a very tough schedule coming up, and I do see a few losses. But I'm not sure they make the college football playoff, but they should for sure be in a pretty good bowl game.
Yeah, for sure. Virginia, they really just keep winning. I didn't think they'd be good this year at all. But Chandler Morris is a really good quarterback, and then Jamal Edrine, 100-yard wide receiver pretty much every week this year. So he's been fun to watch, and they look good.
Yeah. The Tennessee Volunteers fall to Alabama. Really lost a lot of momentum when they threw that pick six.
Brutal.
On the goal line.
Can't happen. Really just can't happen in a rivalry game.
Yeah, I mean, the Aguilar missed through that football, kind of threw it behind him, should have thrown it to the pylon.
Yeah.
And Alabama obviously executed on that mistake. They're a great football team. Still, could definitely see them squeaking into the college football playoff, maybe.
Yeah. All right, we got number 18, South Florida. Byron Brown really is just an animal. So, I mean, 111 rushing yards, 367 total yards for him. Defense worries me a little bit. They let up 49 to Miami, which is never ideal. But overall, they look really good. They play Memphis this week in what's going to probably be a preview of their conference championship game, so that'll be fun to watch for sure.
Yeah. Louisville, wow. Stunning upset against Miami. Miller Moss, great game.
Fun
But to me, the star of that show was Chris Bell. Six grabs for 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, just made some excellent catches. And that defense, wow, really just could not miss almost.
Yeah.
Like, picking off Carson Beck, one of the top quarterbacks this year, 4 times. And, really, Carson Beck could not get anything going against that football team this week.
Hey, shout out to Brent Key as well. He's been there for a few years now. He's won a lot of big games. So, respect to him. I could see him going for Penn State, something like that. He's got a lot of talent as a head coach. Number 20, LSU. Talk about someone who does not have a lot of talent at head coach. Brian Kelly needs to go now. I have a lot of personal dislike for Brian Kelly, but regardless of that, he's just not a good coach. He's really just another James Franklin, statistically. 19-9 in the SEC. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's not great. It's not going to win you championships. It's not going to put you in position to make the playoffs. So he's just not good enough, point blank, period.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you there. Cincinnati, number 21 in the country, handles business against Oklahoma State. Not a great team, but they came out, handled their business, and on to next week, of course.
Yep. Texas, that's another one where, you know what, FPI-wise, that's a great team. They're hard to beat. However, their offense is just not good. And you know who it falls down on is Arch Manning. They got good coaches. They got good fan support. They got good NIL. They got a great defense, and they have good weapons on offense, but Arch Manning's just not performing. It's
Yeah.
as simple as that.
For sure, not met expectations.
Super
so
disappointing.
far. Illinois, big game against Washington this week. Have to travel to Washington. Let's see if they can bounce back after that loss to Ohio State.
It'd be tough to do.
Yeah.
You never know, though. Number 24 is going to be Arizona State. Go Devils. They're in a good spot. They're 5-2. They're 3-1 in the Big 12. Offense needs to be better, in my opinion. 26 points is not bad, but if you watch the game, you know the offense was not ideal by any means. But a big win over number 7 Texas Tech, nonetheless.
Yep.
And now we're in position to contend for another ring, whether we like it or not.
For sure.
So,
Number 25, Michigan. Handles business against Washington. Bryce Underwood, in my opinion, had one of his better games to date.
yeah.
And they really got that run game going, which is honestly a Michigan staple.
Yeah, it's a Big Ten staple.
Strong run game.
Good Big Ten teams have good run games. They have good O-line. That's what Michigan has.
And who knows, they could have a shot here.
Yeah, get hot. You never know.
Contend for the Big Ten and maybe even get a invitation to the college football playoff here.
Yeah.
Looking at their schedule, I mean, Michigan State probably a win, Purdue probably a win, Northwestern interesting matchup there, 5-2 Northwestern team. Maryland also an interesting matchup, and obviously Ohio State. So if they can,
But no Indiana on that schedule.
Yeah.
So if they can beat Ohio State,
they're in a
it's
good
there
spot.
for the taking.
Good spot, and
Yep.
they've been owning Ohio State
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
past previous
Pretty much.
years. So.
All right, moving on from the top 25, we got some breaking news the last couple of weeks. First of all, James Franklin was fired, and then also Billy Napier was just fired today. So we'll start with James Franklin, 4-21 versus top 10 teams. He was a good coach. Like, there's no denying he's going to win you 10 games most years. James Franklin's won Rose Bowls. He's won all kinds of shit. But he's probably not the guy to get Penn State to a national championship. I think he hit his ceiling there. I think
Yep.
that was pretty clear when they, lost to UCLA. And then, what? Fucking Kent State or some
No,
shit. So
they lost to Northwestern.
So it's like, I think they were due to fire him. He's a good coach, but he's done there.
Yeah, I mean, he hit the nail on the head there. Just could not win those big time games, and then, really just could not cannot lose
Top
those
10 teams,
games.
4-21.
Cannot
Top
lose
10
those
teams.
games to UCLA or Northwestern.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, that is just not the standard there.
Yeah.
They expect to be playing in championship level games.
Right. They
and-
should. I mean, they deserve it. They got some of the best fan support in the country. No doubt about
For
it.
sure.
Billy Napier, another one that was fired today. That one, it's not surprising. However, I think he's an okay coach. I think that wasn't a good fit. It's a really hard job to succeed in usually. Super tough schedule year in, year out. They had good recruiting. He's able to win big games, like he beat Texas. Whether they're good or not, we don't really know. But at the end of the day, he was never going to really improve Texas or Florida beyond where they were. So I think it's fair to fire him, but I think he could get a group of 5 solid coaching job. You never know. He's a respectable coach for some team out there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think you got that.
Spread picks of the week.
Oh, so today we got the spread picks of the week. Some bets I'm liking early in the week. A&M LSU. A&M travels to LSU, but I think A&M covers the 2.5 here. I just think they're overall a better coached team. I think they have better players. I think the quarterback play from Marcel Reed is better. I like that. Ole Miss versus OU, Oklahoma.
Bounce back spot for
I-
both teams.
Yeah, and I think Ole Miss covers the 4.5 here. With just that offense. It's a great offense. Defense is also solid, but I think Napier is still battling that hand injury a little bit, and it's really not allowing him to throw the football to his best ability. I like Ole Miss plus the 4.5, maybe a little sprinkle on that money line. USF Memphis, huge game in the group of 5.
Massive.
Space probably one of these teams is going to get into the playoff.
I agree.
And I like USF -4 here. I think Byron Brown is a great quarterback. And obviously they have two very big wins already this season.
Yeah.
Memphis also has that win against Arkansas, which Arkansas is not a bad team. They just don't have defense. And I think USF showed they can play in these big games. And I like USF -4.
Mm-hmm.
Another big game, top 15 matchup, Mizzou, Vandy. And I tell
Love
you.
a good SEC battle.
I tell you. I like Vandy -3.
Yeah?
Diego Pavia really has those boys behind him. And I feel like they're really playing for something.
He's a culture guy.
Yeah, they're
He's a
playing
culture
for
guy.
something this year.
And Clark Lee is a great coach.
Yeah, more than just, having a respectable Vanderbilt team, like an 8-4 Vanderbilt team. I think Diego Pavia has really elevated this team into a playoff contender.
Yeah.
SEC championship contender.
Mm-hmm.
I
is
mean,
crazy
they
to
played
say.
the number 5 team, Alabama, close. Number 4 team, sorry.
Yeah.
Close. And I just think they beat Mizzou here in the spot where Mizzou is also looking to bounce back. But I think Pavia will this team to victory, and they'll cover that spread.
Mm-hmm.
I like Texas Tech -38.5 against this Oklahoma State team.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really seen much from this Oklahoma State team. While Texas Tech, I mean, one of the best offenses in the country, one of the best one of the best defenses in the country,
Yeah.
probably the best front defensive line in the country.
Okay.
We saw this weekend.
Yeah.
At Arizona State, they made crucial goal line stands
Yeah.
that, didn't win them that football game, but kept them in that football
Yeah,
game.
100%.
And their special teams, I mean, they had a solid block on Canyon Floyd there.
Yeah, they did.
And then I like them -38.5. I like Illinois at UW +5.5. I think it's a huge game for them. I think if they lose this,
toast.
their contendership for the college football playoff is gone almost.
Yeah.
So I like them
So they
+5.5.
have 2 losses already? They
I
do,
think-
right?
let me have a look here.
I believe they lost to Indiana, and
Yeah,
then they
so
lost
they
to
do have 2
Ohio
losses,
State.
so
So they
this
pretty
is-
much need to win out,
Yeah.
realistically. And even then, I don't know.
And I
don't
think
know what happens.
Altmaier is good enough quarterback.
He's a stud.
And that the pieces around him are good enough, and
And
that
they're well
defense is
coached.
good enough to edge out that victory.
Yeah.
And I love the 5.5. Maybe a little sprinkle on that money line as well.
Yeah, good odds.
So now we're gonna get to the money lines with Preston.
Yep, we got the money line moves. He picked Ole Miss -4.5.
-2.5.
-2.5 at Oklahoma. I'm picking Ole Miss money line, obviously. Kind of the same deal. I think they're going to bounce back. I think Oklahoma, Natier's still dealing with an injury. I think Oklahoma's a great football team, no doubt about it. I just think Ole Miss is a little better, even on the road in the SEC. I don't see them losing 2 straight. I think Lane Kiffin's too good for that. I could be wrong, but I think Ole Miss wins that game. And then one I decided to throw out here was Indiana versus UCLA. Tim Skipper, and then the blonde offensive coordinator, who I can't remember his name, but obviously they've been great. 3-1 since they took over for Scott Foster. So that's been fun to watch. However, I think Indiana is going to squeak out a win here, but I think UCLA is going to keep it close, and that's one I'm excited to watch. And then USF Memphis, I agree with Derek on this one. USF's going to go in there and get a huge win, just like they did 2 weeks ago in North Texas. I think they're going to go in there and win and prove that they are the top group of 5 team. Alex Golesh is a great coach, and Brian Brown is a great quarterback. And then finally we got ASU. How can they handle success? Can they handle success? I think they're going to beat Houston at home. However, don't get too comfortable if you're an Arizona State fan. That's a tricky game. In the Big 12, we beat each other. But I do think Arizona State will get that win, and they need to. So moving on to job openings, my early favorites. We got, obviously, I ranked, that's awesome. I ranked the biggest 3 job openings so far. This is going to be more like LSU probably. So far, number 1, Penn State, 2, Florida, and 3, Oklahoma State. Number 1 spot, Penn State, Alex Golesh from South Florida. I'm trying to be realistic. I don't think they're going to get Signetti, obviously now.
Yeah, he just
signed a contract. They're not going to get Nick Saban. They're not going to get Urban Meyer. But I think Alex Golesh is a real good hire from South Florida. He's been great there. He could even take Byron Brown with him potentially, which would be really cool to see. Who knows, though? And then number 2 spot, I got John Gruden going to Florida. I think he's a great coach. I think he's an SEC type of guy, and I think it's a great fit. I could also see him going to Arkansas, another good fit in the SEC. But I put him in the Florida job.
Pig, baby.
Yep. So we'll see. I'm excited to watch John Gruden coach. 100% confident he'll be in the SEC this year. And then that number 3 job, I have Oklahoma State in this spot solely not because of their recent performances, but because historically, I mean, they really probably are the premier Big 12 team all time right now, if you're not including Texas and Oklahoma. I mean, it really speaks for itself. They just won a Fiesta Bowl and Big 12 championship in the last couple of years. Even a year they struggled, 2023, 9-3 year, they made the championship game, lost it, but that just shows that, Gundy was consistent for a long time there and elevated Oklahoma State. So now I think they're going to go get James Franklin. I think he's not good enough to win in the Big 10, but I do think he is good enough to win in the Big 12. He can make Oklahoma State a perennial contender in that conference.
Yep.
He can put them back in the playoff. He's a respectable coach. He's going to get you to 10 wins, which is all you need.
Yeah.
So that pretty much sums it up for me. You got anything else to add about this week?
No.
Definitely excited to watch the games upcoming this week. I'm most excited for Ole Miss at Oklahoma. I don't know about you, but I think that's a banger. High-scoring game, most likely, but we'll see.
I like A&M Ole Miss this week.
Yeah.
I think that's a game I've circled on my calendar for sure.
Yeah.
And then Mizzou Vandy should be a good game as well.
Yep.
We'll see how Mizzou bounced back from that overtime thriller to a not that good Auburn team.
Yep. So that's going to sum up this episode of Dropout CFB. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.